and the Bee Gees singer and songwriter Barry Gibb. And of course, American royalty, Queen Latifah.
The Queen L-A-T-I-F-A-H command.
The culture, myself, we thank you. We thank you so much.
You brought the sunshine in my life.
A celebration of talent and the arts.
And the Kennedy Center Honors airs here on CBS on December 27th. That's tonight's CBS Evening News. I'm Nora O'Donnell. Good night.
If you've been hurt in a wreck, call Crocker Law Firm.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us here tonight for News 40 at 6. I'm Noah Fairber.
And I'm Chris Allen. Welcome into a Monday evening after a little bit of light rain and drizzle and sprinkles and all that carryover from the weekend, you know.
At the Glasgow Christmas Parade, we got soaked out there, so I'm just glad to have at least a little lighter rain and then eventually some drier weather.
Yeah, and finally it's all pushing out of the area temporarily, but we're not quite done with these little disturbances that are going to keep coming as we go through the next few days. Here's a look at 4-hour clouds and radar. We back it up 12 hours, or 4 hours, I should say, to about noontime or just a little bit after that. And then we start to see some of the clouds departing, and mainly the rain showers are pushing off to the east. We're seeing some clearing right now, but it's not going to last. Where we're seeing the clearing, temperatures have already fallen into the upper 30s, like Morgantown is reading 38, but we're at 46 here in Bowling Green. And that's the difference between the clear skies and the clouds. 35 is where we're mostly going to land tonight, under a mostly cloudy sky with some areas of patchy fog. I'll talk about a warm-up coming in your 7-day forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, our top story tonight, one man is behind bars after police say he raped a woman working at a local hotel on Sunday. The Bowling Green Police Department says that they got a call early Sunday morning from the Wingate Hotel on Greenwood Lane. When they arrived, the victim told police that 25-year-old Johnson Dukley Lloyd was trying to sleep in the hotel lobby when she continued to ask him to leave. The victim told officers that Lloyd then jumped over the counter and physically assaulted her before forcing her into a sexual act. Officers say Lloyd tried to run from police but was quickly found and arrested. During questioning, Lloyd told police that he was homeless and had been brought to Bowling Green by the Franklin Police Department a few hours earlier. News 40 did reach out to the Franklin Police Department today for comment, but FPD says they are not allowed to comment at this time. Lloyd is currently facing multiple charges, including rape and 4th-degree assault. News 40 will continue to follow this story. Tonight, multiple law enforcement agencies want you to be aware of a phone scam that is affecting our area. The Barron County Sheriff and the Warren County Sheriff's Office say they have received several reports of a man calling and claiming to be a deputy with the Sheriff's Office. Authorities say the man is telling people who answered that they have missed a court date and now have a warrant for their arrest. The man explains that in order to take care of these warrants, you'll have to wire payment. Both sheriff's offices want to remind you that local law enforcement does call people about missed court dates or grand jury, but they never want you to wire money or send gift cards. Well, from the Senate chamber to right here at home, anyone can learn to do the Heimlich maneuver. After Senator Rand Paul saved a fellow senator's life in the chamber by using the move, learning how to properly help someone when they are choking can save someone's life. In many situations, you may not know the effects of someone choking or what to do. We met with an expert and learned how important knowing how to perform the Heimlich is.
What happens when a person is choked, their airway is restricted. So knowing the Heimlich allows that airway to get back open and freed, so that way we can save and maintain that life. Everyone needs to know this, and I take great pride in every person I train here at Western, especially my nursing students, because I know I am training the next generation of healthcare professionals to be saving lives.
If you're interested in learning the Heimlich maneuver, WKU offers courses where anyone can learn. For more details, visit WNKY.com. Well, watch out, Chris Allen. There's a new talent in town spreading weather knowledge. News 40 reporter Carlisle Coppins joins us in studio with more on his story.
A WKU student is taking his love for weather and sports to a whole new level across the United States and going viral for posting his journey on TikTok. Hunter Lee, a small-town boy, always had a love for weather and how it impacts people. One day, he took a chance on himself, and after posting videos for his local church and family, the future meteorologist became a viral TikTok star.
It's also awesome at times. I have family and friends texting me all the time asking about weather for all across the country, and I love it.
Hunter also helps some local farms and others in his community by letting them know when it's best to buy certain plant that could be damaged during severe weather.
My local hometown with Melon Patch Farms, this farm store that kind of relies on me quite a bit for weather and stuff about when they should buy flowers in the spring like they did this year, and I told them that I would wait a week or two extra because that last fall.
Hunter is still studying meteorology and plans to travel and create more content about the places he goes.
We are under an excessive heat warning here in San Antonio that we're thinking about doing in the summer, that we're going to go either up north or out west again and do some new cities I haven't covered yet.
Hunter Lee has so much more in store. For more details on his journey, visit WNKY.com later tonight. Noah?
All right, Carlisle. Well, several hundred people came out to a popular national park to enjoy a concert. It's a holiday tradition decades long that you can't get just anywhere. News 40 reporter Michael Ridgway has more details.
Last year we were very surprised, so we knew this year we were expecting to see something very, very similar. I do think that we surpassed last year's numbers.
The 44th annual Cave Sing at Mammoth Cave attracted literally hundreds of people this year. They've been having performances in the cave since the 1800s, and this is another beloved tradition that many look forward to.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, we hear that we're not on the show. We kind of get disappointed because this is just, it's unbelievable. The sound in here and all the people, it's just a great environment to sing.
Rounding the corner into the rotunda and seeing the Christmas tree for the first time is a treat for those unsuspecting.
I actually had one guy this week that when he rounded the corner and he saw that, he told me that this was the best part of his entire day. And it's those moments that makes it so magical.
It's just a lot of Yuletide joy. And from fans to performers, it's a great experience.
Any opportunity we can get to do that is just, we jump on it. We love to do that. Music is one of those universal languages. No matter where you're from, what your background is, music's music, and it can touch everybody.
In Mammoth Cave, because local matters, Michael Ridgway, WNKY News 40.
Well, for those who opt to put up a real Christmas tree during the holidays, the smell and look cannot be beat. But there is some necessary preventative maintenance to keep that tree alive and fresh. At Morgan's Fresh Cut Christmas Trees in Bowling Green, they gave us a few options for keeping the tree and your home safe during the holidays.
When you set your tree up, make sure you keep it away from a ceiling fan and try to keep it away from vents. We don't want the heat going up into the Christmas tree. We don't want any fire hazards.
Also suggested using warm water when watering the tree and to add small amounts of tree preserver to reduce the amount of needles dropped by the tree. Also look out for opportunities to recycle the trees once the season is over. Well, during the holidays, many people involve the whole family for many of their gatherings, and this includes our pets. But many of the decorations and foods we love can actually be quite dangerous for our furry friends. News 40 reporter Tucker Covey spoke with the Bowling Green Warren County Humane Society about how you can keep your companions safe this holiday season.
For pet owners, especially cat owners, the holidays are a time of high alert to ensure that their pets aren't ingesting the very decorations we love so much.
If you have curious pets, it can be difficult to keep them safe. So the holidays bring new hazards like Christmas trees, whether they're real or fake, and even table scraps and things of that nature. So just trying to blockade as best you can and keep those pets away from the hazards and just be mindful of them is really important.
Unfortunately for flower lovers, the varieties that are most popular during the holidays are some of the most toxic varieties for cats and dogs.
We have a lot of flowers around the holidays that people love. Poinsettias, lilies are two of some of the most poisonous flowers to cats. And even just a little bit of pollen could cause damage. kidney damage is the biggest issue that you would see with them getting into those plants.
There are options, though, that allow us to decorate how we want without needlessly endangering our pets in the process.
So as a general rule of thumb, I tell people you love flowers, give the fake stuff. They're still probably going to chew it, but chewing a little bit of plastic or fabric is much better than them chewing the actual flower, because they will have to spend time at the vet in the emergency and hopefully make it, but some of them don't.
In Bowling Green, because local matters, Tucker Covey, WNKY News 40.
Well, still to come on News 40 at 6, the Supreme Court is wrestling with a nationwide settlement with OxyContin maker Purdue Pharma that would shield members of the family-owned company from civil lawsuits over the toll of opioids. A look at the controversy in just a bit, but first, Weather Chief Chris Allen is in after the break with a full look at our forecast. He'll tell you what you can expect for your Monday evening right after this.
WNKY News 40, broadcasting live from the German American Bank studio in downtown Bowling Green. At Infinity Pipeline, your family is our family. Our employees are the foundation of what we do. And what matters to you matters to us. We're now hiring the next generation of skilled workers to help grow our community. Apply now. InfinityPipeInc.com. Looking to shop for a cause or to donate to a local nonprofit store? Visit the Habitat Restore of Bowling Green, located at the corner of 8th and Center across from the Bowling Green Ballpark. Call or visit our website today to learn more.
At Abound Credit Union, we're for your peace of mind and solutions that are a piece of cake. We're for bills getting smaller and cash flow getting larger. We're for consolidating debt and saving you money, because Abound is for personal loans that bring value for living.
Russell Sims Aquatic Center season passes make great gifts. Solo passes are $85 and family 4 passes are $200. Get your passes before prices go up by calling or visiting bgky.org/BGPR.
I was sitting at a red light, and a truck came up behind me and didn't see me until he hit me. And somebody said, call Flora. She really took care of business. I wasn't running back and forth to the office or anything. All I had to do was call. I was very happy with the settlement. It was more than fair. It was like I was restored. I felt restored.
Don't miss Fruit of the Loom Brand Shop's 20% off holiday sale now through Sunday. Find great deals on gifts for the entire family, including athletic wear, collegiate wear, sleepwear, socks, and undies. Grab your 20% savings this week only at the Brand Shop Outlet.
I'm Julie Milam. Join me for Community Driven on News 40 at noon. Every Wednesday, I'll be joined by community leaders to discuss the success of events and how you can get involved.
Community Driven, brought to you by Window World of Bowling Green.
If you've been hurt in a wreck, we want to help.
By getting you as much money as we can, as quickly as we can.
If you've been injured in a wreck, before you talk to an insurance company, call Crocker Law Firm.
Call Crocker Law Firm.
It doesn't cost anything to see if we can help.
The Bowling Green Area Chamber of Commerce would like to welcome its newest partners. Thank you for supporting our partners at the Bowling Green Area Chamber of Commerce.
You're watching WNKY CBS 40, home of Super Bowl 58.
Time now for a full look at our forecast with Weather Chief Chris Allen. Chris, I mentioned earlier I was at the Glasgow Christmas Parade last night. We got soaked out there, so I'm glad to see some drier weather coming in the next week. Saturday night, I meant, yes. I know. It was not last night. I was at the basketball game yesterday, so that's why I got confused.
Well, no, you're kind of, it's like, yeah, it does the weekend runs all together when you've got the Christmas parades going on. Friday night, Smiths Grove, then you had Bowling Green, then you had Glasgow. There were others in between. I went up to Munfordville, great bunch of folks up in Munfordville. They watch us, and so thank you very much for coming out to all the Christmas parades this past weekend. We're getting rid of some of that rain that you mentioned, Noah, that was still moving through for a time. And we've had some patchy drizzle and some low clouds today, and even some times of sunshine, but now all of that as far as the shower activity is out of the picture. Now we're starting to see some clearing taking place here. It is not going to be a completely clear night. We've got some backfilling clouds coming in that are going to be with us overnight, but I do think some areas could even see a little patchy fog late tonight and early tomorrow. We've got that damp ground, and then we've got a little bit slightly warmer air trying to work in that's going to cause that, what we call an inversion. That's where we get some of that patchy fog to develop. We only picked up trace amounts of rainfall, so nothing as far as zeros showing up here, but you go up I-165 up toward Hartford Beaver Dam, you go over toward Calhoun, you go up to Hardinsburg. That's where you saw 1/10 to 2/10 of an inch of rain, and there you see even a little bit more than that off north of the Ohio River with some of the showers that have come through the past 24 hours. 54 was our high temperature today, 52 the normal, so just 2 degrees warmer than average for the high temperature. 36 was our low, and 33 is where we should be. So this was a very typical December day as far as the numbers go for Bowling Green and Southern Kentucky. Right now, it is cloudy and 46, although I am seeing a few stars out there with some of the cloud cover. The winds have calmed, and the barometer rising at 30.10. And as we get on into tonight, temperatures will cool because we've had these series of disturbances come through. The first one came through today and brought us that light chance of showers and some of the pesky drizzle leftovers from the weekend. And here comes another disturbance that is going to come through tomorrow. This one's going to be more into the afternoon and evening hours. It will try to warm us up at first. Then as the cold front comes on through tomorrow evening, it will spark a few light rain showers. I don't think this is going to amount to very much. Kind of like what we've got right now, that little bit of light drizzle and light rain, just trace amounts. As it comes on through Tuesday afternoon and evening, a few showers will pop up in the early evening hours, but be out of here by Wednesday. And we'll get that northwesterly flow that will continue, and that will keep us on the cool side at first. But as you'll see in the 7-day forecast, we're going to gradually warm things up through the week. 35, mainly cloudy with some patchy fog later on tonight and early tomorrow morning. And here's your 7-day stretch. We go 53 tomorrow with that chance of a shower late in the day. A cooler Wednesday at 45, but then warming up Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Here comes some thunderstorms even for Saturday into Sunday, turning much cooler. Some of the raindrops might end as a few wet snowflakes by early Monday morning. Might. Okay, big question mark there. And here's what's coming up tonight on CBS 40.
Summer skies, they warm up everything. Then fall comes around, and you know it's getting near. Christmas is my favorite time. Experience so much Christmas the way Santa does.
I'm attorney Deborah Brose. I am committed to my clients across South Central Kentucky. But don't just take it from me. If you've been injured in a car wreck, I can help. Call our office today for a free consultation.
We keep this love in a photograph. We make these memories for ourselves, where our eyes are never closing, our hearts are never broken, and time's forever frozen still. So you can keep me inside the pocket of your ripped.
As an employer trying to search for qualified candidates on a near constant basis, Bowling Green Works has been a wonderful resource for us.
You know, it's free. It doesn't cost anything for me to have an ad on the Bowling Green Works page.
Everybody that is coming to Bowling Green Works and submitting forms for employment are local or going to be local very soon.
If you haven't discovered Bowling Green Works in an environment where you have 2 open jobs for every individual, it's a place you definitely need to go.
The all-in-one and done symptom relief of Mucinex is delivered fast with DoorDash, so you don't have to leave the couch. Boom.
That was fast.
Mucinex, available on DoorDash. It's comeback season.
Just rockin' and rollin', baby. Come back tomorrow.
We got you all fixed up.
Got it all fixed up for you, ma'am.
Let there be light, ma'am.
Looks like she finally called JB.
Tune in for my new game show, Person, Place, or Thing. Hopscotch. Someone came to play.
On WNKY, NBC 40.
The Biden administration has announced a new financial strike force to combat the deadly fentanyl drug trade. U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen made the announcement earlier today that the strike force will crack down on the illegal financial networks supporting cartels and drug traffickers. This will be done in part by streamlining personnel and resources across the Treasury Department. The announcement comes on the heels of a deal between the U.S. and China on curbing fentanyl production. Well, Supreme Court justices seemed conflicted about a bankruptcy plan for the maker of the OxyContin drug, which played a significant role in fueling the opioid epidemic. The plan settled lawsuits against the maker of the drug, but it also protected the owners of that company by preventing people from suing them because addiction ruined their lives or they lost loved ones. Skylar Henry has more details from the Supreme Court.
They were responsible for creating the greatest epidemic that America has ever seen.
Alexis Plius, who lost her 28-year-old son Jeff to an opioid overdose, stood outside the Supreme Court, urging justices to reject a bankruptcy settlement which would protect the makers of OxyContin from facing civil lawsuits for their role in the opioid epidemic.
After I lost my son, I turned my life over to just trying to make sure that other people didn't go through this.
Richard Sackler and his family own Purdue Pharma. They agreed to pay up to $6 billion to settle lawsuits and compensate victims. In exchange, the Sacklers themselves would be protected from more lawsuits while still getting to keep billions more. Lawyers for Purdue Pharma say the money dedicated to fighting the opioid epidemic is on condition of the protections in the plan.
If the trustee succeeds here, the billions of dollars that the plan allocates for opioid abatement and compensation will evaporate. Creditors and victims will be left with nothing, and lives literally will be lost.
One of the questions the justices are weighing is whether the owners of Purdue Pharma can receive the same bankruptcy protections that their company received without having to seek personal bankruptcy as well.
Why should they get the discharge that usually goes to a bankrupt person once they've put all their assets on the table without having put all their assets on the table?
But other justices say there is nothing special about this case.
Bankruptcy courts for 30 years have been approving plans like this.
Despite the opposition protesting outside the court Monday, 95% of victims agreed to the bankruptcy plan. Skylar Henry, CBS News, the Supreme Court.
Well, still to come, News 40's Cole Scott is in the studio with a look at your sports. We'll be right back.
Home is more than a house. Wherever you are in your journey of homeownership, German American Bank is here to support you. Our team of dedicated mortgage loan professionals can help you with lending solutions featuring low or no down payment, assistance for closing costs and improvement projects, or even loans specifically for first-time home buyers. We're here to tell you, homeownership is achievable. German American Bank, member FDIC.
Did you know that even if you quit smoking up to 15 years ago, that you could still be at risk for lung cancer? A lung cancer screening could save your life. If you are a current or former smoker between the ages of 50 and 80 years old, ask your doctor if you are eligible for a lung cancer screening. MedCenter Health Primary Care offers 8 locations across South Central Kentucky where you can get started.
At Infinity Pipeline, your family is our family. Our employees are the foundation of what we do. And what matters to you matters to us. We're now hiring the next generation of skilled workers to help grow our community. Apply now. InfinityPipeInc.com.
My name is Steve Cherry, and I've been a client with FHE for 27 years. The thing that was most appealing to me was the service that this company offers. The team at FHE is just unbelievable. It is a relationship. You can go into a store and not know the people that you're working with at all, whereby when I come into this store, I know them personally, and I love that personal touch that they always leave with.
Holidays for the Homeless has arrived at Leachman Buick GMC. Help impact lives within your local community by donating essential items needed this winter season. Items needed most are hats, coats, gloves, blankets, and sleeping bags. Leachman will be serving as the drop-off location now through January 1st. Let's share the love with those who need it most this holiday season. Brought to you by Leachman Buick GMC.
Tangy pickles, slivered onions, tender pork covered in our delicious barbecue sauce, and topped on a home-style bun. Behold, the McRib. It's not just a sandwich, it's an experience altogether. The McRib returns. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Welcome into sports. Over the weekend, the Bowling Green Purples took a trip to Kroger Field for the 5A State Football Championship game. After falling last season to Frederick Douglass, the Purples had no intentions of leaving Lexington without a ring this season. It was a rainy and chilly night, but the team found a way to grind out a win over a talented Cooper football team. Deuce Bailey was named the 5A State Championship MVP as Bowling Green won the school's 8th state title. Here were their reactions after the 28-14 win.
If you followed us this season, we've been resilient every game. And, you know, as explosive as our offense was this year, it was just, I mean, fantastic to see our defensive unit, which our first game of the year gave up over 700 yards of offense, to get after it here on the biggest stage and basically won the game for us in the end. So very, very proud of our team.
And at the Hill now as the WKU volleyball team finished their season in Knoxville after falling in straight sets to Tennessee. The team concluded with a 30-5 record and winners of Conference USA, but this marks the 3rd straight year where the Tops fell in the second round of the NCAA tournament. Head coach Travis Hudson and his squad will now regroup and prepare for 2024. WKU basketball was in action last night, hosting the Eastern Kentucky Colonels inside of Diddle Arena. The Tops were dominant in the second half, securing a 79-69 win over the Colonels. This was also the 5th straight win over EKU. Brandon Newman led the way with 19 points, followed by Don McHenry, who tallied 18. WKU now moves to 6-3 on the season. And here were McHenry's thoughts after last night's atmosphere.
The bench was loud, crowd getting into it, we forcing turnovers, and it just give us an extra fuel for the offensive end. So I think that helped us for sure in that way.
WKU football found out what bowl game they were playing in this year. The Tops are set to face off against former Conference USA foe Old Dominion in the famous Toastery Bowl. The bowl game will be played in Charlotte at the home of the 49ers. Here were head coach Tyson Helton's thoughts on playing a former Conference USA opponent.
When we played them, they were always a very physical football team, a big, talented football team. And I think they're a team that's on the rise. So we're going to have to play our best game. And, you know, I think for us, it's really just comes down to, you know, the matchups and making explosive plays and taking care of the football. But one thing that stands out to me just diving into them and watching them throughout the season is that they are a team on the rise and they have a lot of momentum right now.
And the Kentucky Wildcats also found out their fate in postseason play over the weekend as well. The Cats are set to head to the Sunshine State for a matchup with the Clemson Tigers in the Tax Slayer Gator Bowl. That game will take place on December 29th at noon. And the Louisville Cardinals football team lost in the ACC championship game over the weekend to Florida State 16-6. After falling to the Seminoles, that team will now prepare for the DirecTV Holiday Bowl, where they will play the USC Trojans. That game will take place on December 27th at 7 p.m. And finally, the Tennessee Titans dropped to 4-8 after their overtime loss to the Colts on Sunday. Derrick Henry had a good game, rushing for over 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. But the team is now in last place of the AFC South after the loss. This is the first time since 2018 that the Colts swept the season series, and the Titans will look to get back on track next Monday against the Miami Dolphins. And for the Titans, you know, their only way of getting better might be the draft. But speaking of drafts, Chris,
we got a win draft coming in, possibly?
Yeah, we feel one coming in right now, don't we? Yes. Very nice. Nicely done. All right. Yes, we do have a little bit of a draft tonight. A west wind at 5. 35, the overnight low, mostly cloudy with some patchy fog developing. Tomorrow we'll see a mix of sun and clouds and then a late day shower, a high of 53.
All right, Chris. That was a good one, Cole, by the way.
It was.
We all want to thank you for joining us for News 40 at 6. Have a great evening. We'll see you back here tonight at 10 p.m.
Thank y'all very much. Thank y'all. I appreciate it, everybody. Well, welcome to Family Feud, everybody. I'm your man, Steve Harvey. Well, we got a good one for you today, returning for their second day from Rockland, California. It's the champs. It's the Morris family. And they're back from Middlesex, North Carolina. It's the Dowdy family. Well, everybody's here trying to win themselves some cash, and somebody might have a shot driving out of here in that brand new car.